Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Jo. Today we're going to review how families can submit new events to the calendar. First thing you need to do is log into your member account. Then navigate to the calendar. If your admin has given you permission to submit events, then you'll see the Add New Event button just above the calendar. If there's no New Event button, then you can request that your group admin make that feature available to you. So we're going to add a new event. First thing we need is a title. Then we have to select a category and a date. Ours is going to be June the 1st, 2026. Then we're going to enter the time. It's going to be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we're going to enter a description. Description's not a required field, but it's helpful to people to be able to read about what they need to bring and what the details are. Now we're going to add our event. If you want it to be included in your group's weekly email, if you're using that feature, you can leave this checked. I'm going to uncheck it in this instance, and I'm going to create the new event. Now, once the event has been created, you'll see that there are several additional tabs up here for things that we can configure. First one is the Signups tab. You have the option to make your event a sign-up event where people have to actually register and you can track their numbers. So we're going to do that. There are a lot of options here for allowing the public, tracking certain people, limiting it by how old people are. There are also options to charge people an entrance fee or a ticket price. You have the choice of doing this per family or per person. To add one of these, you click the little plus button. You can have more than one. Let's say adults are $10 a ticket and kids under 18 are $5 a ticket. So you can add those choices. You have the option to let the system cancel registration if people haven't paid by a certain date. This picnic has no cost, so we're going to remove both of those. You can establish a sign-up date where it opens for registrations. If you don't select a particular date, then it will be open right away as soon as you create it. And there are some other choices here. We're going to save. And then we're going to look at the Extra Fields tab. Extra Fields are another tool that you can add per family or per person. And these are for if you need to ask a question. We're going to add like a custom question that you add that's in addition to all the other ones that the system includes. We're going to add one that says, how many gluten-free buns are needed for your family? This is going to be, we could do a drop down and then put a bunch of numbers where they picked like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're just going to let people put it in a small size text box what their answers are. And we're going to save. You can still edit that field if you need to. As long as nobody has registered and answered the question, it is still editable. All right, let's move on to resources. Resources are things that once a family signs up for it, there are fewer of them left to be had. In the case of our potluck, we're going to add a resource. And again, per family and per person, we're going to add a resource for desserts. And we want 8 people to bring those. And now I'm going to do save and add because that just brings this little form back up real quick. And side dishes. And we want 12 of those. And for this one, we're going to allow overages. And we did not allow overages on the other one. That's because we want more baked beans and potato salad than we want sweets. I am going to make the quantity required be 1 so that everybody or every family who signs up for this event has to pick either side dish or dessert. And then the final option here is recurrence. Now I'm going to draw your attention to this warning at the top. It's really important that you make sure everything on all the other tabs is just the way you want it before you recur. When you recur, it will duplicate everything for you. But if you make any changes after that, it will not duplicate the changes. let's say we set this to recur and then we said, oh no, we really need 10 desserts. We would have to edit every iteration of this event and change the 8 desserts to 10 desserts. And that might be time consuming. It would probably just be easier to delete the event and start over and then recur it and let the system multiply it for you. So we're going to set this up to be recurring on a yearly basis. And it's going to occur on the first Monday of June. And it's going to end on June the 5th, 2028. All right, I'm going to save. Okay. Now, if we go back to the General Settings tab, this event that we're looking at is for the 2026 event, and you can see the 27 and 28 events here at the top. If I click on this link here where the title is, I can edit individually those other future events if I need to. Let's go back to the calendar, and we're going to go to June 2026. And now we're going to click on the name of the event. This is what families will see when they want to read about it or sign up for it. There is a sign up button. There will also be an edit button, and this is only available to the owner, to the person that created the event. Let's see what it looks like when we sign up. I'm going to click the sign up now button. All right, and here we can see the resource and the extra field that we added. We're going to commit to bringing 1 dessert, and we need 0 gluten-free hamburger buns. And then we're going to select all the people that are attending this event from my family so that the organizers can know how many people to provide food for. All right, now we're going to sign up. 3 people have been added to the sign up list. Now, if we go back to the calendar and we look at our event in June, now you can see there's a little person icon here, which shows that the member who's currently looking at the calendar has a registration for this event. Now, if the person who created it, the owner wants to look at who else is signed up, maybe they need to say, hey, there was a foot of snow, we're not going to have the event. They can click on the name of the event and then go to edit, select the signups tab, and then this option here to view those who are signed up. Here there's a list of all the people who have signed up along with their contact information. There's a summary at the top of the resources and what foods they've committed to. And the owner of the event has some things they can change here. They could delete the people. They could move the people from signed up to waiting list or to canceled. They also could leave a note to themselves if they needed to remember something. And so those are the options there when viewing the list of signed up. If you have any further questions about adding a new event to the calendar, please see your group administrator and they'll be able to help you.